Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
All right, so Flyers take on the Rangers in a game where, this game starts out with a lot of injuries, and it all comes on the Flyers side of things. So, no Nick Seeler, Cam Atkinson, Carter Hart, Rasmus Ristolainen, Cam York, Patrick Brown, or Nate Thompson. Hart looks like he's most likely going to be done for the year, Hart, and the Flyers should just shut him down anyway. He's battling an injury, and he was battling with a nagging injury for a little bit now. You might as well just shut him down. Patrick Brown looks like he's going to be out. And again, the lines and everything look different. First line, Farabee, Hayes, Konechny. Second line, Cates, Lawton, Tippett. Third line, Van Riemsdyk, Frost, and Brink. Fourth line, Lindblom, Legzinski, McEwen. So Legzinski draws in. Defense, Provorov and Sanheim, Zamula and Canal, and finally the Flyers give Zamula a chance to play, and it's in a game where essentially the only reason he was playing was because of injury, and then Yandel and Adard was the third pair, and then Felix Sandstrom would get to start in this one, who actually had a really good game. If you remember the last game that Felix Sandstrom had played, it was back December 30th. It was a 3-2 overtime loss against the San Jose Sharks. He stopped 43 of 46. He had a .935 save percentage in that game. I tweeted that before. He was very good tonight. He gave up 4 on 34 shots, 1 with an empty netter. So he gave up 3 goals. He made some really good saves, and he was pretty strong throughout the game, and he definitely gave the Flyers a chance, because this game opened up with a really good start for the Flyers. First 10 minutes, they had 7 of the first 8 shots. They were generating chances. They had speed. A lot of the guys looked faster. I feel like last night, a lot of the guys looked like they were just in slow motion and kind of skating quicksand. Kevin Hayes was one of them, in my opinion, and he actually had some handful of good chances off the bat. So the Flyers, again, they have an really good opening shift. Rush started by GVR. They had the first 5 shots in this game. They had a lot of good plays, just taking it to the net, trying to get speed off the rush and be able to feed guys creeping low or something like that to at least try to get a scoring chance. Sanheim had a chance in the slot. Puck deflected right to him. It kind of seemed like as soon as the Flyers got into that zone, they were looking past the entire way. And that was kind of the problem throughout this entire game. And it was admitted post-game by some of the guys. Provorov had said it. It was one of them things where they gave up too many shots. And being, at this game, being in the press box for this one, under myself, under Flyers Fan Mania 93, that was one thing that Provorov had said. It was kind of more of just like a thing where they just were passing up too many shots, and Lawton said the same thing, connecting as well. So obviously the Flyers know that, and 1-0 Kakko would score in this game, and no chance for Sandstrom, and just kind of every forward and defenseman that was kind of around Kakko just let him shoot. He had so much time there, and he just wired. No chance for Sandstrom. 1-0 Rangers. Then a 5-1-3 for the Rangers comes, and this was the crucial part of this game, because it could have been ugly. It could have been ugly really early. Could have been 2-0, 3-0, maybe even 4-0. The 5-1-3, and Sandstrom made some good saves. Had 3 one-timer saves on Zibanejad. Kept trying that. The Rangers, to me, it seems like they like to run their power play through the Zibanejad shot. That's easy to say 5 times fast. If they continue to do that, obviously Zibanejad had that one-timer goal the last time these teams met at Wells Fargo Center. It's things like that you want to try to eliminate. And the Flyers, I thought, had a really good job on the penalty kill in that. And they were still in this game. It was only 1-0 after the first period. They get a power play to start, really nothing going. And their power play just... Brandon Hayes would end up playing catch here, and it's one of them things where it's like, I'd like to just see somebody turn and shoot that night, because honestly, I don't really like Hayes in that spot. He doesn't shoot as much as I would have liked. He's more of a pass-first guy, and that's fine. I don't necessarily think he's the best guy for that spot. I would like to see a Frost there. It would be tough to do a right-handed player there, again, because you already have Brink in Giroux's spot there on the left-hand wall that everybody knows that Giroux was known for. So there's that as well. But again, Rangers will get 2 goals in this period. Kakko pass in front. Legzinski just wasn't able to tie him up there. So 2-0 wasn't much Sandstrom could do. And then 3-0. It was literally a carbon copy of TJ Oshie's goal last night to make it 2-0 for the Capitals. And it was a play where, like, I went back and I watched it. Konechny put Provorov in a tough spot. The only play he really had was either to rim it, like he did, or to even flick it up the opposite way, because Hayes, left the zone early. That's been an issue all season. Forward leaving the zone early, turnover, they're caught, bam, in the back of the net. No support down low. I mean, Panarin was wide open and just didn't give anything for Sandstrom. He had no chance, and he even got a piece of it, and it still just rolled over the line. So 3-0. 4-4, Konechny and Provorov had a 2-on-1. And that was kind of one where, like, if the Flyers score there, maybe it's a closer game, closer end of the game. But Zamula would delay a game. Honestly, that probably I honestly thought Zamula had a good game. He's a good passer. He had a couple nice plays getting out of the zone, a couple nice breakout passes. I thought he had a solid game overall. Overall, I thought Sandstrom was very good in this one. And it's things like that you want to kind of look at. I mean, look, there's 8 games left. They're most likely going to have a roster that's similar to what tonight's lines were for the remaining 8 games. They don't really have many other options. So if you're looking at it that way, it's like I thought Brink had a pretty solid game again. Much better than last night, obviously, because the score was different. But even last night, I thought he had a couple good plays. I thought he continued that tonight. And Konechny mentioned in postgame he's very poised, and that's very true. Like, he doesn't overreact. He kind of lets the play come to him, and that's one thing that you see it on the power play a little bit. Just watch for it next game. You'll see what I mean. The way that he holds the puck, the way he possesses it, and waits for that seam or certain play to open up is a good thing for him. And overall, I thought Legzinski looked pretty good in his first game as well. But again, it's unfortunate because it's like they left so many rebounds out, and it's like they weren't necessarily like shooting. It didn't seem like they were shooting to score. It kind of seemed like they were just shooting to get a puck on net. And when you have guys like younger players in the lineup and you're you're missing all these guys to injury, it's unfortunate because if you had, other players, NHL players, guys who have played longer in the league, they'd maybe know to go to the net, or, it probably would have been a different result, obviously. You probably could say that about the majority of the season. So there's that too. But again, I didn't really think the Flyers played horrible tonight. I didn't. I thought they had some pretty good moments, and I think it's just that shoot first mentality they're really trying to get into. And again, it was just it felt like after the 5-on-3, they're passing, and really their whole game, it let the Rangers get into the game. And the Flyers didn't have a shot for a while after that. So again, tough one. Flyers lose 4-0 with a pretty weak lineup with all the injuries and things like that. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Again, thank you to the Flyers PR for letting me get into this game, being up in the press box. It was an awesome experience. We'll see what happens coming up. Flyers have Buffalo twice this weekend. Saturday night in Buffalo, Sunday at home against the Sabres, again in a home and home back-to-back situation. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember, check out Garrick Construction and SeatGeek. You can use for Garrick Construction, use code FF93. If you mention that, get 10% off. And SeatGeek, $20 off your first order with code FLYERS93. All capital letters there. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon.